Wow, I haven't picked up this camera in forever. This is awkward. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Um, I'm not going to go into a whole thing about why I haven't been here because it's hot and I'm sitting in my car just so I can record this video with no distractions. Um, but I've been gone for a minute and I wanted to talk about why. So, um, why do I feel so nervous? Okay, I need to calm down. Okay, so I am making this video because I wanted to get back into recording videos and getting back to my dream. I've never said that out loud. I was talking to my husband about it last night. That was the only time I've talked about it out loud. But I have always wanted to be a YouTuber, and I think now, no, I'm not going to say I think. I'm going to be very intentional about my words now. I am going to become a YouTuber. Last year, I was recording quite a bit, and I was actually pretty consistent, but I got burned out very quickly. And one of the things that I have been kind of just working through over the past couple of weeks is dealing with my own fears when it comes to making videos and recording videos and posting them and editing. Um, I was watching two different creators. One of them, I think her name is Mindy. I want to say her name is Mindy. And then the other one, I cannot remember her name. But basically, I've been watching these girls' videos and they've been talking about going after what you want and just kind of being unapologetic about it. And they've also made videos about fear and what you fear the most. Now, one of the girls, not Mindy, but the other woman, she was talking about how what you should fear the most in life is living the life that you don't want to live, being the worst version of you. Um, and that kind of scared me to death. She was like, it should scare you that um, she was talking about kind of like the cards that you were dealt in life and that you're dealt these cards, and so what? So what? What are you going to do from here on out? Okay, you grew up in this environment. These are the things that you were taught. These are the things that you learned. And these are the things that are kind of holding you back. But after a certain point, it's up to you to make the changes that you want to see in your life. And if you don't, it's going to be your fault. When you're on your deathbed and you are wondering what happened to you, have all of these regrets. You have all these regrets for not trying something, being too scared to do something, feeling like you weren't worthy of something. Those are the things you're going to think about. And I think that scared me so much because I know I want to do this so bad. But my perfectionism and my fears are holding me back. And I cannot allow that to keep happening. So, um, the thing that I am going to change, which Mindy talked about, the other woman that I was watching, is that she talked about how she would always walk past her camera that she bought to do YouTube videos. And she knew it was in this drawer. It was locked away in a drawer. Not locked away, but it was in a drawer, and she put it in there. She had put it in there because I guess she just stopped making videos at some point. So she would walk past it every day and just think there's a camera in there. She was working at I don't know where she was working, but she was in corporate, and she knew she had to be somewhere else, and that's exactly how I feel right now. I feel like I'm not supposed to be where I'm at right now. But she said she was having that feeling, and every time she would walk by that door, she'd be like, wow, I have a camera that I can use to make videos and I can express myself, and this is a way to get my business off the ground. She was in the middle of like starting her business and everything. Um, but she was talking about how she wanted to start on YouTube again. And she was talking about how she kept thinking that what kept holding her back with making videos was the editing and where she was going to be. She was making sure that her background was good and that all the lighting was good and all this, that, and the third. And that was holding her back actually from like just making the video, just sitting down, pressing record, and talking. And what I realized with myself is that I do the same thing. I will use any excuse not to put a video out there. Either I'm comparing my video to somebody else's that I watch. I'm comparing my editing style. I'm comparing like, okay, what do they like to talk about? What do they? And it's so crazy because it's like, why? If I'm creating something for myself, if I'm trying to create my own audience here, my own like kind of community here, then I have to be myself. I have to edit how I want. I have to show up how I want to show up, not how anybody else is, because they're already making videos. They're already doing, they are them. I am me. And so she talked about how she had to get to a point to where she just set the camera up and started talking. She doesn't care if she messed up. She didn't care if there was editing errors, whatever. As long as she put a video out, I think she said every week, once a week or something like that, a couple times a week, then she had to be okay with that. Like, she had to be okay with that. She could not sit there and, try to, okay, do I want this font? How do I want to do the lighting? How do I need to put on makeup? Da 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 da. Just get up, turn the camera on, and talk about something. and and that's how you build momentum. So that's what my videos are going to be until it grows into something else, until I can keep that momentum. Because one of the fears that I have is, I hit 1,000 subscribers. I think it was last year or the year before that. I hit 1,000 subscribers, and that was always the goal, because at 1,000 subscribers you get monetized. And I ended up losing my monetization, girl, whatever. I ended up losing it because I hadn't posted a video after that. Once I hit 1,000, it was like, I don't know what happened, but a switch went off, and I was like, I kind of got a little scared. I was like, oh snap. It was kind of like being scared of it working out, scared of what am I gonna do. Like, these people are going to want to see video. These people took their time out to subscribe to me. What are they subscribing to? I didn't have a plan. I I'm gonna have to show up and edit these long videos. I'm gonna have to show up and edit these long videos and try to make it perfect, and all these things that I cannot keep up. And so I just stopped. And I did not realize that until yesterday when I was watching those videos. And so now I'm just going to pull out my camera, and I'm going to talk, and I'm just going to do, and I'm not going to overthink it, because if I do, I know that I'm going to lose that momentum. It's just, I need to figure out who I am as a creator and not try to do what everybody else is doing, because not everything works for everybody. And I'm learning that as well. So, um, fear of it working out is such a crazy feeling, because it's like, you're good at something and you can do it, and you're seeing the fruits of your labor. But as soon as the fruits start coming, you're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, hold on, I didn't ask for all that. And it's like, girl, you did though. Like, you did. But you overexerted yourself, and now you can't show up. You can't show up because you weren't even being yourself. So you were overworking yourself. You were overproducing based off of what everyone else is doing. And I could watch all the YouTube videos about how to go, how to get your YouTube to 1,000 subscribers, or 10,000 subscribers, or however much. But am I gonna be able to keep that up? The answer is no. So, um, I'm listening to my body now, and I'm listening to what I need to do, because God forbid I don't do this. I would I would literally, I cannot even fathom the thought of avoiding this simply because I can't edit a long video, or I feel like I'm putting too much pressure on myself. Like I can't let this slip by. I can't let this opportunity slip by. I have a camera, I have a car, I have a job, I have money, I have things to do. I have hobbies that I have, and I have thoughts that I want to share with the world, share with you guys, and I need to do it how I want to do it, because that's the only way I'm going to have my own audience, my own community of girly pops, who relate to me and find me relatable and find me funny, and they love to watch me. Um, so I guess this video is just kind of like a reintroduction to me, but it's also just a video to talk about, like, please, 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 do not let your life slip by because you are scared of the outcome. The only time you should be scared is, honestly, if you put something out and you're just kind of scared of what's going to happen, but you put it out. You put it out. So you did your part. You can't control what happens after that. You did your part and you put it out there. Whether it's your art, your videos, your clothing brand, your book, whatever it is that you want to do, your songs, whatever it is, you put it out. So just leave it there. There's so many there's so many things that I want to do, and I think I always put certain things above doing YouTube because I was scared. Like, I became a pharmacy tech. I went to esthetician school. I got these certifications. I did great here. I did this thing. I found this cool hobby. And I've always been good at things. I've always been good at things. And so when I run into a situation to where I want to do something such as YouTube and I feel like I can't do it, or I feel like I'm being held back by something like my own insecurities and fears, that frustrates me, and I will literally just, like, stop interacting with it and go on to something else, like achieve something else, because obviously this is not for me, which is what I'm thinking in my head. And that is so detrimental to my growth and yours, because we all have something that we want or that we dream of, and that we want this life, we want this freedom. That's all I want, is freedom. I am so tired of being on this hamster wheel of working a job that does not fulfill my soul. It is so soul crushing. I talk about this all the time on TikTok. I'm not going to shut up about it until I'm out of that rat race, because that's literally what it feels like. It feels like I am stuck in this rat race, this hamster wheel of just, like, coming into work. Like, my morning is bliss. I don't start work until 1 p.m. and I get off at 9:30. My before I go into work is blissful. I get my slow morning. I love it. And then I'm getting dressed, and then I'm driving there, and the anxiety starts setting in, and the just kind of like, okay, like, let's just get through the next 8 hours. Then I clock in, and then it's like all of the all of the energy, all of the happiness, if I just want to be real, all the happiness just drains from my body, and I am like a shell of myself in there. What I noticed is that I'm disassociating the entire time. So I got diagnosed with ADHD earlier this year, in the beginning of this year, and I started on ADHD medication. I started on Adderall, that didn't work out, so now I'm on Vyvanse. Chef's kiss. I just started it again today because they were out of it at my pharmacy. It was a whole thing. I didn't have any medication for 2 weeks. But during that 2 weeks, I was off of Vyvanse. Now, just a short disclaimer. Vyvanse, ADHD medication in general, just kind of like makes it just boosts your mood if you have ADHD. It just makes you think clearer. It makes you like everything is quiet and everything makes sense. But when you're off of it, it's like you're back to, normal. It's like the thoughts are so loud. Your insecurities are so loud. There's everything is just so loud and so like just no. Um, and so just took it literally like an hour ago. And so I'm thinking clearly. I'm thinking like I can think of things at the drop of a hat. I'm on point. Like, and where was I going with that? I think I was talking about how, oh, I was talking about how my energy is once I get to work. So once I clock in, and since I've been off of Vyvanse, my mood has been super just, I don't want to say low, not necessarily depressed, but just like, I'm over this shit. Like, I'm over this shit. Like, let's wrap it up. Wrap it up, girl. That's how I feel. Um, everything is the same, everything is repetitive, and I'm just like losing my mind there. And I have always dreamed of being a YouTuber and sharing my life and sharing my thoughts and things with my girly pops on here. And just because I've always watched videos of other women, I've always consumed content from other content creators, and I relate to a lot of them. And it just feels like you're on FaceTime with a girl, like one of your girlfriends or whatever. And I've always loved that aspect. I've always loved vlogging and all of that stuff. Um, and just the freedom that it gives you, the freedom that content creation can give you. I can't listen to anybody that talks about how content creation is not sustainable, or it's not, you can't live on it when you literally can. And yeah, these apps aren't going to be on here forever, but once I get to the point to where I'm getting brand deals and I'm getting all of these things, I will not have to be on that rat race anymore. There's will be so many skills that I have learned, and there's so many skills that I have learned up until now, just being in regular jobs. Just being in regular jobs. There's skills that I have that I can offer to people. There's skills that I have that I can showcase on here and give the girlies an inside look into my life and somebody that they may relate to. And I think that that is such a beautiful thing, to be an influence. I don't want to be an influencer. I do want to be a content creator because I love creation. I love creating things, and I'm a creative person. I think that's why my job feels so soul crushing. And it's not even that I don't like to work. I am a hard worker. Any job that I've been at, I've always performed to my highest ability. Um, and now I think I'm getting so burnt out with just, I've been working since I was 16, and I'm like, I have way too much to share with this world to just keep coming in this place. And I really don't want to give the idea that I'm saying like, oh, jobs are not important. All jobs are important. There's a reason for every type of job. What I'm saying is, there are jobs for certain people, and then there are career paths for other people. There are career paths for everybody. Everybody's different. And I just do not feel comfortable. My soul does not feel nourished in the place, in the workplace. Any workplace. I don't care what it is. um and so creating a brand for myself and creating a hopefully a business in the future that reflects what I want to give out into the world is so important to me right now. And I hope that you guys do the same. I hope that you guys feel like, I hope that you guys take into account that The things that you want in this life, you don't want them for no reason. There is a reason that you want to get out of the rat race. There's a reason why you want to create more. There's a reason why you feel so like I gotta clock it again. Like, I can't do this. There's a reason why you have such a strong feeling against certain things and certain systems and the way things are set up and how we have to go to a job, and then they take mad taxes out, and then you might have to pay taxes, and then you also gotta make sure you pay off your debt, and then somehow you gotta I don't have kids, but people got kids. How are you supposed to live off of $18 an hour? How do you expect people to live off of anything like groceries through the roof? I mean, there are so many factors that play into that, but what I'm saying is do not live a life that you dread, because you have a choice at the end of the day. You have a choice to make your life exactly how you want it. It is your fault. And I'm sorry. It hurt when I had to hear it. So I'm trying to give it to y'all as well. It hurt when I had to hear it, but it was something I had to hear. It is your fault at the end of the day if you do not live the life that you want to live. It is your fault if you do not make choices, set the boundaries, make the plans that you need to make in order to get get yourself out of a situation that you know is not for you. Despite your outside circumstances, despite the family you lived in, despite the siblings you had, or just despite any cards you were dealt, it is up to you at a certain point to take the wheel. And okay, let's go this way. Like, everybody's driving one way. Let me see what this is talking about, because something's not making sense on this road. Like, there's way too much traffic on this road. Let me see if I could take not a shortcut, because that's a whole nother thing, but just kind of seeing, okay, maybe it might take you longer. Maybe there's another way to get around all this traffic, all this people doing the same thing. Why are we all doing the same thing? Where's the traffic jam? And like when you're on the freeway and there's hella cars. Like, it's like, what is going on? It'll be like 12 o'clock on a Saturday. And it's like, where are all these cars coming from? Or a Tuesday or something like that. 2 o'clock on a Tuesday. And you're like, where are all these cars coming? I mean, you're in stop and go traffic. And it's probably 15 minutes and past. Nothing's up there. Nothing, no accidents. Nobody's hurt. Nope, nothing. Now everybody's going faster. What was that about? That's what it feels like. I'm like, what? I feel crazy sometimes, because also in jobs, it feels like everybody thinks that they are trapped. And I think that's how they want you to feel. I honestly think that jobs make you feel trapped. Like you have no other choice but to work here and come here every day and put your all into this and make sure you're doing this, that, and the third, and checking all our boxes. But once you get home, you have nothing left. You have nothing left to cater to yourself. There's people who work from 7 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. or something like that. 5 days a week. You get 2 days off. Those 2 days off, you're spent running all the errands. Can't have no doctor's appointments because you work in the morning, right? And then you get off at 4. Doctor's office is closed. So I guess you got to go to urgent care. That closes at 6, 7. Some urgent care closes later. But if you have a family and you have, you other things, how do you even have a life except for working? People get up in the morning. You work 8 hours, get off at 4 o'clock, 3:30, whatever it is. Come home, try to make up some dinner. Don't have time to make dinner. Let me go to McDonald's. Let me go to Burger King. Let me go to Chipotle. Here, that, there. You're spending your money because you don't have any time. You don't have any time. And that is one of the reasons that I wanted to always start content creation, is because I need freedom. It's not even about the money. It's about the time freedom. The time is so limited and time is so precious. I refuse to spend it in a place that I hate for the next 30 years. I cringe when I hear people say that they have been working somewhere for 30 years and they hate it. There are people that work places and they love it. I'm not That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who have worked somewhere and they are hating every moment that they wake up and they walk in there and they clock in and they I mean, they're just pushing through, barely. I mean, crawling through the 8 hours or the 12 hours or whatever it is. But it feels like they have no choice. They have kids or they have a husband or a wife and they got a family and they got these things to pay for. So that job keeps you locked in because, oh, you got to get health insurance. Oh, you got to make sure you, if you go out on your own, you're not going to have stable income. So where are you going to get that? And it's like, why? Like, where is that fear coming from? Because there are people who are entrepreneurs who have health insurance, who have affordable health care, who are able to pay for their groceries and they're able to travel and they're able to start their work whenever they need to. And yes, they are working harder. I'm understanding that entrepreneurship is not a break from working. Entrepreneurship is a full-time job. I mean, full-time 7 days a week. I'm aware of that. The thing that I have a problem with is with a job, you have to be there. You have to be there, or they will fire you. Or if you don't get your shift covered, I mean, and you get a certain amount of you can't, you're over your time for what they allotted you for however long. And now, you're getting a talking to, and now you got fired because of some made up time constraints, whatever, sick time, whatever. And I can't stand the monopoly of it. I'm getting to a point to where I am so sick and tired of just trying to figure out what it is that's keeping me from the life that I desire, that I deeply, deeply desire, which is freedom. Freedom. That's it. That's the goal. It's not even money. And the thing is, money will come with it. The Lord provides all the time. I don't have to worry about anything. Nobody has to worry about anything, but it's hard to know that until you put yourself in a space to where you have to rely on Him. But that's a different topic for a different video. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and just kind of give a little encouragement. I mean, it's really for myself because I was just kind of like talking to myself, but I'm also talking to you guys because I really want you guys to understand that your life is so short, and the things that we do in our life, it matters, and the dreams that you have matter. And don't let those things wither away just because the world tells you you have to be a certain thing or you have to do a certain thing a certain way. People are making it work. So figure out a way to make it work for you and, people around you. That's it. That's all. I'll see you in the next video.